I wonder if I do that in my bedroom too.
Nobody would ever
But I
think,
decided against it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, this is what works out for me. I live with my folks, so it's like, I'm
Yeah,
that
that's
I'm
cool.
that middle-aged loser that lives with his folks. That's all that.
You know what, Sean? I think more people need to live together now.
Oh,
I
of
think it's
course.
I think it's important.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I try not to put myself down too much. It's just, life could be a little bit better, we'll just say. But that's for all of us, though. So it's like,
For all
I
of
don't feel
us.
so.
And I'm sure
Yeah,
your folks appreciate it too,
I
no?
hope so. I hope so. I hope so. I try to be creative. See, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I just try to be the one that likes the pop culture and everything. Oh, who's this here? Oh, we got a special guest in here.
Are
Did
you
you see?
talking about on the show?
Oh, well, did you not see the pop up at all?
No, I don't see any pop-ups.
Not on the. Are you on full screen or are you on the? Because you should get out of full screen if you are.
I am on.
Because so you should be able to see a
Oh,
third.
Harpdog Brown is there.
Yeah. How's it? I
Hey,
told
Sunday.
Hi.
I figured that he'd be a surprise because since he helped you with the album that we're gonna be talking about and whatnot.
Oh my God. Well, that was a surprise.
Wasn't sure what time he was gonna pop in, but I sent him the link, so I just figured, well, what the hell?
Oh,
Let's
okay.
just do it. Let's just do it and have some
Nice
fun.
to see you. I got
Nice
just
to
my
see you
water.
too, Sunday. I just got an updated my espresso, iced espresso here. I'm on
I
a
see that.
Starbucks Wi-Fi. I've got some things I got to do here in Edmonton, but I just kind of figured I could at least pop in and do a little bit with you before my Call of Duty in about 45 minutes. So
Sure.
yeah, nice to see you.
Awesome.
Well,
Well,
hey,
I just finished work, so my Call of Duty is almost done.
There you go. Yeah.
And by Call of Duty, you mean playing PlayStation at all, or are we talking other things?
No, I'm in a different generation,
No.
Sean.
Yeah. Me too.
That's
I do
another
know what Call of
generation.
Duty. I know the name of the game, but I've never played it because yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate having you on. For those that are wondering what's going on here, it's all the craziness here. We are joined by female blues artists from the great from the great country, not the great state, the great country of Canada, as well as Harpdog Brown. We are joined with Sunday Wilde. Sunday Wilde and Harpdog Brown, or Dog, I guess, if he wants to go by Dog, I guess.
Well, no. Hey, Sean, I guess your memory is kind of short, huh?
No,
I don't know how
no,
tall
no.
you are, but your memory's short. See, we talked yesterday, Sunday, and
Yeah,
I
we did.
explained to him that when he made the mistake of calling me Harp, and I explained Harp is slang and short for harmonica, and now Harpdog is my legal and formal first name. However, my friends call me Dog. I explained to him that if you met, say, I don't know, Guitar Slim, you wouldn't call him Guitar. And for that matter, Watermelon Slim doesn't go by Watermelon. You say, hey, Slim, right? Now, so
Yeah.
sometimes the exception is you take the short end of the back of the name and not the front short part, right? So
some people could just call me Day then, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, Sunday.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
However, I worked in a welding shop when I took some time off when McKinley was born, and I kind of didn't want to be on the road, and I found myself in a job building highway trailers. The guy I was working underneath, he introduced himself. Everybody called him Bert. All right. Then I found out his name was Robert. See, I thought it was maybe short for Burton. But I mean, no, it was like he didn't want to be a Bob or Bobby or Robbie or Robert. So he chose the last half, B-E-R-T, not B-U-R-t. But, so there's exceptions in every rule. Anyhow.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
Sean,
well, let's move on from the name thing.
Sean, what I was trying to explain was, if you were introducing me you would be formally, this is Harpdog Brown. But when you're talking to me like a friend, then you just call me Dog for short.
Sure. I get you.
There you go.
And I did, and I tell you what, just so you know, I did listen to your music and stuff on Spotify. I did a little, did some research and whatnot, and you know what? That album from 2016, man, I tell you, wow, that really kicks a lot of ass. I mean, I really enjoyed the like the blues. Like I always like blues anyway, but it's like it really like had that old style.
Oh yeah, he's old style. But
Well,
Sean, that's how you met me through Little Bobby, right?
Yeah, yep.
And like you're located in Thief River Falls, correct?
Well, actually, Greenbush now, which is 40 miles.
Oh, okay,
north.
okay.
So
Because I was in Thief River Falls and recorded with Bobby one of my albums. That's how you sort of know me a little bit through Little Bobby, I guess, eh?
Yeah. And he's been a friend of mine forever, and we went to school together. We went to broadcasting school, and back in 2003, and both for radio. And he did a little bit of it too, and he's currently doing stuff at the college still. I gave up on that because I just, as I told Harpdog Brown that that we are, in a different type of, it's different now. It's like I don't want to go into all the story of it because then I'll get a long speech from him again, like from you. But I get what you were saying, though. I do understand the message, and the message is that be proud of the things that you've accomplished. That nobody can take that away from you, rather than worry about financial whatever. Because
well, there's accomplishments in life, and then there's gathering up stuff, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter what other people think about it. It's like some people like it, some will hate it, but whatever. It is.
Yeah, well, that's just with anything. It's just like with people too, right? Sometimes you really like them, and sometimes you don't want to ever see them again.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, been there before.
Yeah, me too.
It's nice to, when you kind of connect with a Facebook friend that you haven't connected with for a few years, and all of a sudden it says on their page, it says add friend, so it's like, oh yeah, like, oh, how you been? It's like, add friend. Anyway, so how you guys been doing? Like, Sunday, how have you been overall? Since it's been a while since we spoke, so I mean, a lot of stuff.
Well, I've been having a lot of fun with my new album, because my new album, once you release an album, there's all sorts of things that can go along with it, like this, and it's and Harpdog Brown, of course, is a featured guest on the album on 5 songs, and it's getting played all over the place worldwide, hitting charts. So I'm happy. The best thing as a writer for me is that people like the songs and what they mean, and how they sound. So I'm finding that life is a big weird pendulum. So like if it swings really high in one way, it swings really high the other way.
Sure.
And so I'm dealing with that. And I'm sure Harpdog Brown, you know what I'm talking about.
Amen, sister. Amen.
Yeah, that pendulum head can swing mighty high in both directions.
Yeah.
So, and we're not in India having to gather up wood to burn people right now. So I have to think about that every time I think that life is hard. I think, I don't have to do that. Okay. But I'm in Northern Ontario, and Harpdog Brown's in Western Canada. So.
Yeah, a little bit of a time difference was kind of all of us kind of in a way. It's at a.
Yeah, that's right. We're all 3 of us are on separate time zones. And in fact, we're all next to each other. I'm the furthest west. I'm in Central or Mountain Standard Time right now. So I'm on Mountain Standard Time, which would be like Montana for you, American. Yeah. And then, of course, you're on Central Standard Time. To me, that's like Winnipeg,
Yeah.
And then, of course, in a Sunday, she's right where Central turns into Eastern. So I remember, like, as a touring artist, I would be, leaving Winnipeg, and the next stop is Thunder Bay. And it's like when I get to Thunder Bay, I lose an hour. So it's this 7-hour drive, but it's 8 hours on the clock, right? And then, of course, coming west from say Toronto, heading west, well, Sault Ste. Marie, Thunder Bay, you're still in the same time zone. And then you go to Winnipeg, it's like, oh, you get an hour back again, right? Because, there's that time difference right there at Thunder Bay. So, Sunday's just on the west edge of the Eastern time zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think we're we're really far apart. Hey, like, I don't know how many hours I'm away from you, but I think probably like 20 something hours, maybe.
So to drive, yeah, probably
Yeah.
about that. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, around that.
Mhm.
So Harpdog Brown and I have been sort of friends. Like, we've known each other for quite a while, me in the musically, I guess, right? And then we just sort of met not that long ago, quite honestly, right?
That's true. That's true. I mean, I think the first time I even, heard your name or read it on a screen, there was some kind of a music thing that artists were kind of up, we were making a little bit of dollars on it. It was around maybe 2013 or 14. I can't even remember what the site was, but I was getting a little bit of revenue on a monthly basis, and you were up there in the charts. Like you're tracking up there in the top 10, as was me with my songs, and so I kind of knew of you. And I listened to, of course, your voice stands out. It's unique and it's individual. And so, and of course, being a singer, I that's the thing that draws me is like the quality of a voice. And so then I liked you, but I never really met you until you showed up. I think it was 2017. You were still living up in Anacoken or something. Is that how you say it?
I was in Anacoken, and I met you at the Toronto Blues Summit. And you looked at me and you came over and you gave me a big gigantic hug.
Right. Okay. And then and later on that year, I think that same tour, you did come. That was 2000. That was 2015, wasn't it? Maybe the Blues Summit.
I think so. I think so. Yeah. 16 maybe.
Then in 17 there was another Blues Summit, and I was a part of that. But I just remember the real official meeting is when you came down and caught the show that we did at the Legion in Thunder Bay, and that was 2017. I do recall I had Andy Graffiti and the kid on guitar, and I don't think I even had a bass player. It was just
you mean in Memphis? That was in Memphis.
No.
Oh.
That was before we met. We were. That was the tour the same year that we went to Memphis. We were all there in 2017.
Yeah.
I first really, I got a better beat on you when you came out to the show at the Legion that Janice Pampu was like running. I think that's her name. And that was in Thunder Bay. And you were living out of town up in that little Anacoken town up there. And so you came down, and that really made a lot, it touched me deeply that you came, you drove like 90 minutes or something to get, and you stayed with friends overnight, because that's too long of a drive, both coming and going. But, and that was on like a Thursday or a night or something, or I can't remember, but, that was when I really got a beat on you. And then, of course, we got to see each other again down in Memphis a year ago, last January and early February.
But I was there when you competed in Memphis too.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, in 2017.
Yeah, I was there with Reno, and I came to see you at the Hard Rock Cafe, and you were playing with Andy Graffiti there too. And I went.
That's right.
Reno was judging somewhere at another venue, and I'm like, I gotta go see Harpdog Brown. So
yeah. But the bonding though, Sean, when we actually bonded was last March, a year ago, last March, when I was actually attempting to go to work. I had a tour booked that was, consisted of, Ontario, Montreal, St. Louis, Chicago, and upstate New York from March 21st to April 19th. And of course, I'm trying to save money. And Sunday had, I knew that she lived in Thunder Bay. That's in my way. I reached out to her. She had a spare room. So I kind of forced myself upon her, and we sat in the kitchen. And,
hey, reword that.
I said kind of. The key word is I kind of forced myself upon her as a house guest.
Thank you.
We had a spare room, and we sat in the kitchen sampling fine bourbons from Memphis, because we had been in Memphis together in February. We crossed paths a few times, I wasn't competing, but you were. But and then of course I got as far as my friends in Sault Ste. Marie the next day when things started crumbling. I stayed in my friend's place in Sault till about I think 11 days, and I gave up and I decided to drive back west. And I called up on the Sunday and I said, "Hey, looks like I'm not going to work. I'm coming back that way." And she said, "Hey, well, I left your room the way you left it." So I was like, "Awesome." So so we actually had 2 nights of some just storytelling and brown liquor drinking.
Yes, which we should have taped. I think we should have taped that, but maybe another time.
There you go. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that's pretty cool to know how you guys got together, and everything, because I always wonder how people, manage to do this, especially during even during a pandemic. It's like,
This
everybody
is
was
before
always
the
wondering.
pandemic, Sean. The pandemic hit on the 15th up here in Canada as far as gigs started getting canceled.
Yeah.
And I mean, so the night that I spent, inside his kitchen, other than the spare room upstairs, was the 14th of March, 2020.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Oh,
and
yeah.
on the 15th
So
of
that's
March,
a
I
year
got to
ago
Sault Ste.
already.
Marie. That's
Yeah.
right. It's past a year ago already. There's kind of a long 3 to 4 weeks of flat in the curve, I'd say. But so the next day I got to Sault Ste. Marie, and that's when my manager called me and said that I had a festival booked on the 21st in Aurora, and that was canceled on the 15th. And then of course Canada said if you go across in America, you got to self-isolate for 14 days to come back to Canada. So that meant we had to cancel St. Louis, Chicago, and upstate New York, because there was no way I was going to cross the international border and then have to be self-isolate for 2 weeks. How do you do that? On the road, right?
I still don't know how they figured that out. How they figured 2 weeks is enough time, or whatever. But
Well, Well, I'm not a doctor. I don't want to talk about doctors.
Let's not go there. All I'm saying is that the fact is that I had to cancel those American spots because if I did go there, I would have then hit the wall, and I still didn't know if Montreal shut their things down. I had a gig in Montreal that was canceled. Everything got canceled or postponed.
And this is how I managed to snag some of his time to record on my new album.
Sure.
Right?
Indeed. Right. Yeah.
Indeed, because if you were busy touring as you always have been, you wouldn't have had the time, maybe, right?
Exactly.
To do that. So it kind of worked in my favor.
And mine too, because Sunday, the one thing that I got to say is that, I can count the amount of times I've been hired to, add some color for someone else's recordings on harmonica on my hands and not use all my fingers, sadly, and the thing is, I guess I understand that, I don't really perceive to be a sideman, even though I love to be a sideman. And even just performance wise, nobody says, "Hey, Harpdog, I don't need you to sing, but do you want to be my harp bitch?" I mean, man, but nobody does that, right? So the thing is that the opportunity, you reached out and said, "Hey, I got this song. I thought maybe you might want to play some harp on it," and you sent it to me, and I absolutely loved it. And then I said, "Do you got more?" And the thing is, and it wasn't about how much money can I make as, recording with you. It was more like this may just open up my platform for other people to go, "Hey, he's pretty good as just a side guy." That exists, that possibility. And, so it was kind of a, it's a win-win in my opinion, because of the fact that I'm using you to platform me as a side guy, for adding color to songs through the harmonica, right? So that was kind of my, definitely an agenda that was somewhat hidden, because I don't go walking around telling everybody that I want to.
And of course, the album is, the album is going crazy, really, for radio support and play. I mean, that's amazing. So, sorry, Sean, what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to ask, when it comes, now that you kind of got yourself established, to create, have somebody to help you with your album, what was the idea towards the album? Like, how did it come? How did you decide to say, it's time to do another album?
Well,
Let's
this is my
do
ninth
this.
this is my ninth recording, and I recorded a bunch of other things this past year too. I was commissioned to write a song, and then I was a part of a compilation, and I'm a writer. I love writing songs. I mean, I live alone and I have nothing but time to think and write. So I just wanted to do another one because, Bobby helped me with that album, He Digs Me, and that album, He Digs Me, got so much notoriety too. But that was like 4 years ago now.
Sure.
So I just decided to do this. And when I was talking to Harpdog Brown about it, I said, I'm going to probably do no guitars and no drums on this. And he's like, oh, cool. So I wasn't sure how that would go over either because it's simple. The music, the instrumentation is simple, but it's really real. And so that's how I wanted to do it. And I always wanted clarinet on stuff. And I always wanted to have Harpdog Brown a part of one of my projects before I died, because who knows when that's going to be.
Hopefully not for a long time there. You still got
on that note, Sunday, and Sean, I have to let you go and drive away from this Wi-Fi spot here and continue doing what it is that I'm up here in Edmonton to do today. But it was good to see both of your faces and to partake a little bit in a little Zoom meeting. So
absolutely,
I love you. And we'll be in touch. And I'm blessed to be on the album. I really enjoyed the challenge and the distraction to focus on trying to bring some color, the right color to songs. I mean, she said I could have been on more than 5. I only chose 5. That was the beautiful thing. She said, yeah, just show me anything you want, show me. And I just went, okay, I think this is all I want to give. This is all I feel I can add, that and not be like just repeating myself. So
sure.
Anyway,
thank you.
Thank you very much for being a part of this, man.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. And I'll let him hang up on him. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
now it's just you and I now.
Surprise, Sean.
Hey, well, I had to do it. I wasn't sure if it was going to work out because he wasn't sure if it was going to work out, but because he said he was kind of busy.
That's okay.
It was kind of last minute. It was kind of last minute for you too, because I just kind of asked you, if you wanted to be, if you want to do an interview.
That's okay.
I figured you'd be interviewed by so many people, like magazines and all types of stuff. So,
I've had probably like 2 interviews a week since I released the album, so I've had a lot.
So you
quite a few.
That's cool.
Down in the States and down in the States and in Europe and things like that. So it's cool.
Oh, that's
awesome.
I mean, that is awesome.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's nice that people like, just simple, like, going back to simple times, like the way life used to be. That's why music should be simple. All music should be simple. Shouldn't be too complicated. And it shouldn't matter about
it can be simple, exactly.
Yeah.
And it can be simple.
And it shouldn't matter like how like how much it charts or whatever. Music will always be music. Music will always be something where you write something because you were creative about it and you had an idea, you put it on paper. I'm all about album cuts. Like, I'm not just about the hit songs. I like the whole album, but I prefer more the deeper cuts. You ever listen to radio and you hear the same old songs on classic rock radio or whatever you listen to? Maybe it's different on blues radio or something like that. But I know on classic rock stations, you hear the same songs and it's like, why? Why are these songs being honored so much? Yeah, they're great, but let's see what else they got, So when I listen to your stuff, other than the downloads that you gave me, I'm mostly on Spotify. Try to discover new artists and everything.
I have a lot of stuff on Spotify. I think a lot of artists are, it's a little tricky to have your music on Spotify because you don't really get anything out of it per se. But it's so beneficial because for myself, like, people will listen to my music on Spotify and then go, oh, I want to buy the album. And then they'll contact me. Or Spotify set up a thing now where people can donate money right on the Spotify thing. So that's cool. I mean, whatever. I've learned that creating music and releasing music, you're just basically putting it out to the universe of the library of music.
Pretty much. you're just
Pretty
adding to the
much.
wonderful collection, that it is,
Yeah.
because there's so many songs out there, and there's so many artists that, some were one-hit wonders that just tried and then didn't, do anything else, and then there's others that just continue, and then there's some that just don't know when to pack it up. But that's not you. That's not you. That's not you. It's other people. It's like the ones who had lots of success and they're like 100 years old and still don't know when to, So it's like,
Yeah,
no,
or yeah. And
yeah.
there's lots of people that have the means to, there's lots of people, Sean, that also have the means to constantly do it.
Sure.
Like, I mean, the financial resources.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
and some people just don't. So I feel like it's a challenge all the time where I live too, because I'm in Northern Ontario, and Bobby keeps inviting me to come down and play and hang out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
of course I would love to.
Yeah, I feel bad that I missed the show last year because it was, well, I think it was, the weather was bad, I believe. I think it was.
Oh, we
I
were
don't-
talking January. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
talking
February.
about winter. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
And
Mhm.
I actually finally went to Bob's bar here this past weekend with my brother and his
Okay.
girlfriend, and checked it out for the first time. It's pretty impressive. I mean, I like it. I like the direction he's going. He's going to be doing
It's
a country
pretty
festival.
impressive.
Yeah, and he took pretty good care of you, did he not?
Oh yeah, we had fun. When was that?
That was like
That was
February or something.
after, that was
That was-
after the IBC. We were in Memphis, and then we drove through and stayed with him a couple days.
Did you
And
guys?
then he, I went into the local radio station in the town close by. We went there,
Okay.
KAXE, I think it was.
Probably
and,
Bemidji, probably. Yeah.
And yeah, Ely maybe.
I don't know. Well, I mean,
Where is
Bemidji, maybe. Did he take you to
Maybe.
Bemidji?
I'm sorry, I didn't check that out, but
Well, when you got from Memphis to McIntosh, did you fly through? Did you land in Bemidji or did
we
you?
drove.
Oh, you drove.
Oh,
okay.
hell, I don't want to fly. I like driving.
Oh, okay. So it took you a
Yeah.
little while to get there. So you just drove. Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know, because I didn't know if some people fly, some people take a train.
No, that would have
take a bus.
been too much to fly.
Yeah.
No, I used to drive all the time to Memphis. I've driven to Memphis with other people, obviously. I think 7 times now, and I like doing that because then you can stop along the way. You can bring stuff back. You can buy bourbon. I always bring back grits and beans and all sorts of stuff. But if you're flying, you can't do that, right?
So you're passing through the border and they don't really care that you're bringing back alcohol or anything like that from the States? I don't know what the rules are.
Of course they care. Yeah, of course they care.
I don't know what
not-
the rules are, so I don't know.
Oh, you can only bring 1 bottle back or 2 bottles or something.
Oh,
So
then that if you bring more than the allowed limit, that's like you're tainting the land, right? It's like
no, you got to
destroying our
pay duty on it. You got to pay duty on it.
land. Oh, jeez.
But there's bourbon down in the States that I can't get up here.
Okay.
So
Sure.
yeah, I like to bring back. And so when Harpdog Brown stayed with me, I had these bottles of bourbon.
Sure.
I'm like, okay, we're gonna drink this, So it was
And
fun.
have good times. When you came to see Bob, did you record anything with him, or did you just come just to see the area and do your show and hang out?
We
for a while?
played a show and hung out. No, he didn't have his recording stuff set up yet.
Okay, because I know
But-
he does now.
He
got-
does now, but I
Yeah.
can't get into the States
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I know it's kind of difficult. Everything's kind of like, because here, I mean, in Minnesota, it's still kind of slow, but we're getting somewhere now. And other states have decided to open up now and decide that we're done with this bullshit. I mean, keep yourself safe, but let's live a life.
Yeah, well,
here,
it's not like that here, Sean. We're a
Ah.
stay-at-home order.
Jeez.
We have a stay-at-home order. We can't leave the house other than for groceries and essential services, and that's it.
So you can't even go see your kids, or your kids can't come see you? Because I know you got kids. I know you got 2 boys.
They don't live in this town. They're far away.
Oh, they moved away from you.
Yeah, they're like 20 hours away. No, my kids are big. I'm old. My kids
Well,
are
yeah.
big now.
Yeah, but I've seen pictures of them. So I mean, on your Facebook
Yeah,
page.
yeah. They're far. They're about 20 hours away. So no, I haven't seen my kids for a long time. It's getting to be a little bit much for me, quite honestly.
Jeez.
But
Because
I don't know.
I thought they used to be closer with you because you always would like go to concerts and festivals or whatever, and I'd always see pictures of them. And I think one of them, or maybe both of them, aren't they both musicians?
They
Too? Or-
are, yeah, they
yeah.
are. But they're big now. That was probably a few years ago.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you never forget where you come from. You never forget your roots.
yeah.
I would.
So they're too far to visit me right now, and we're the province where I'm living. We're all locked down. We can't do anything.
So you can't even just drive, just to go for a little drive somewhere.
We could kind of go for a drive, but we can't
Just
really hang out. Yeah.
that's crazy. Well, I mean, hopefully sooner than later, because I mean, you just never know. Because I know you don't want to go back on the road. You want to go back and start, promoting your music some more. And this album would be a great promotion, especially the fact that it's already doing well and hasn't been
I
played on.
know. Well, I would like to come back. Bobby invited me down in the summer, but we can't cross the border, Sean.
Yeah,
There's no border thing right now where I can actually go into my car and drive across the border and hang out.
I think that's the same with us too. Because I live real close to the border. Like Greenbush is like only like 20 miles from the Canadian border. So
Oh, really?
I mean,
What
yeah,
city's on the other side?
it would be Manitoba. So we're like in the
Oh,
Manitoba, we're close to Winnipeg.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I visited
Well,
him.
Minnesota, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where you are.
So where
Okay.
I'm at in Minnesota is like if you see the map of it, or if you see what Minnesota looks like, we're way at the top. We're at the very top of Minnesota. What we consider good Minnesota.
Yeah, but how
So-
far are you from Thief River Falls now?
Oh, just 40 miles.
Okay, well, I went to Thief River Falls like twice or 3 times.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
He was probably showing you, well, because he lived around that area at that time, and then also he probably showed you the college, the Northland College, maybe.
He didn't show me anything. We were recording an album.
Oh, he didn't give you the tour of the town or
Nah,
anything like
nah,
that?
nah, nah.
Oh,
I was there
geez.
for a reason.
Oh,
Nah.
wow, just strictly business.
Yeah, music.
Yeah, music business,
I think
whatever.
we went to one of the bars, maybe.
Probably,
I don't
he probably
know.
took you. He probably took you to the Nail. Probably is probably where he took you, because that's where I know he likes to. He loved to go either to the Nail or Schooners. At that
I
time.
was a Legion.
The Legion, yeah, real next to Schooners, because they
I
serve.
don't know. I
They
don't
serve.
remember.
They serve cheeseburgers over there every
I
Saturday.
don't remember. That goes back a ways.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's just kind of cool that like how did you and Bob meet? Like how did you guys, because I'm sure you had told me this before, but like how did that all? Just come up?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So little Bobby and I met because I was the Canadian blues woman that was a part of this big recording in Clarksdale, Mississippi. And it was going to be all women band members and all women artists. And I drove down in my Honda Civic all the way to Clarksdale, Mississippi from Northern Ontario with my partner at the time, Reno Jack, and Bobby was doing the engineering for the album.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I met little Bobby.
And everything just kind of worked out, because I tell you what, this guy, I can't give him enough credit. I mean, we've had our moments too, as being friends and everything, but the guy knows what he's doing. I mean, he loves music so much. It's like a number one passion. I mean, no matter, he can play just about anything, so I gotta give him his due. He definitely knows, and that's what's nice about having friends in the industry, because there's a lot of good people who are musicians that will help you, that will help each other, get
Oh
to that
yeah, I
next
mean, that's
level.
what it takes. That's
And
what it takes, though. It
you know,
takes that, Sean.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to
Absolutely.
help each other out as much as you can, because just like anything else in life, you help your neighbors out when they need help. You know what I mean? I mean,
Sure.
it's just the way it is. It's like when Harpdog Brown was traveling through, yeah, hey, you need a place to stay. You know what I mean? You do that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You just do that.
But I feel like some people forget about that, when they've gotten that certain fame, or that fortune, to like, I don't need anybody anymore. I don't need to help anybody. I'm for myself now. Yeah, hopefully, after what's been going on, that most people realize how much people still need each other. But there's
Yes.
sometimes like certain people or musicians or actors or people in the sports industry or whatever sometimes think they're a little too good, for just a normal folk. We'll just say.
Yeah, I guess
Does that
there's
make
some
sense at all?
people. Yeah, there's some people like that, but that's just the nature of the beast with
But
people.
like I said, though, there's people that are good though that help each other, and that's
Exactly.
what's nice
Yeah.
about this. Listen to your latest album too, because I have been listening to it on Spotify and those downloads that you sent me a couple months ago. Uh, all good. I mean, I can't find a song that I do not like. I mean, everything's just perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
you
And
have
it's
that.
very simple, right?
Oh yeah,
It's very simple.
you have that style, that old, like, I don't know, like the 40s or 50s, like a big band swing style, And it seems
Yeah.
like you have that in all your albums, pretty much. And it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I like that. It's like, because yeah, everybody thinks, oh, so she's gonna just play something different, something, like she's gonna play something fast or something, whatever. No, you're really, I mean, your level and your tempo and everything is just, it's just perfect. It fits you. It really
Yeah,
does.
we had fun recording that. We recorded that in my living room on my real piano too. So it was
Jeez.
cool. And I mean, I wrote lots of new songs for that album too, right?
Sure.
And that took a bit of time, but I mean, I had all year.
How long did it take to kind of to put it together and then like put the finishing touches and then find a release date?
I think I was writing the songs in the summer and the fall.
Okay.
And then I organized the upright bass player and the engineer, Greg and Mike. And we recorded over 2 evenings in my home. And I think it was like October.
Oh, last year when you recorded
Yep.
it. Okay.
Yep. And then I had clarinet from a fellow in Philadelphia.
Oh wow.
And he plays the clarinet, and then Harpdog Brown, of course. And then there was a trombone part on one of the songs. And then Bing Bamboo, I had to get it mastered. And then I did the artwork design. Some friends, though, I had a really cool project for the artwork design because Harpdog Brown hooked me up with a visual artist in Seattle.
Okay.
And we did a thing like this on Zoom where people could watch him paint the album artwork and
wow.
listen to my new music at the same time. So it was really a cool event.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that artwork also is attached to kind of an event that happened in January. And then the
Oh.
album was released in March.
So like, where do you like are you in charge of your own music, or do you go to a company or like a record
No,
label?
I keep charge of all that. Nobody wants to keep charge of my shit.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Like if it costs a lot of money to. I always hear it costs a lot of money to do stuff with studios. So studio time and everything. So I don't know. I've never done
But
that.
when you pay a studio, they don't own it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, everything's different. Everybody has a different arrangement with the people that they work with. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
but these are my songs, right?
Uh-huh. Sure.
Other than one. And then, of course, there was the people that added their instrumentation on top. So,
Sure.
no, they're all my songs.
Oh, that's awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome. Because it's always kind of interesting to see, like, from start to finish, like, when an album, you start from an idea and then you put it together, and then, you take time to figure out who you want to be part of it. I don't know if it's an easy thing to do or if it's kind of difficult sometimes, but I'm sure it's a little bit of both, especially like, especially when you're first
the
getting
most
into it.
important, Sean, is keeping focused on getting it done. And
Uh-huh.
so when I had got to a certain point, there could have been a section of time where we waited for some other stuff to happen.
Yeah.
But I am a person that if I don't have a project that I'm working on trying to get it done, I have nothing else to do.
But did you give yourself a time limit of how long you wanted this to take from start to finish? Like, this is going to get done in like a year, or whatever.
Somewhat, yeah. But there's people that record music and then they don't release it. I believe in releasing music, and
Sure.
so I could have not released it. But then,
Yeah, you just be
what's
hurting
the
yourself.
point of that? Yeah, what's the point of that? And now
Yeah.
it's playing all over the place. I got on 2 covers of magazines this last couple months.
Jeez.
And it was #1 in Canada for a few weeks on the blues things.
Has it played on
And,
Sirius XM at all? Have you got
No,
early
not that
times?
I know of. No, I sent
Oh.
it to them, but that's up to them.
Or I had early times on my show last year. We did a radio interview And I never thought I'd ever be able to get a hold of anybody on Sirius XM because
Well,
I
good.
thought
If
they're
you know
okay.
the guy, why don't you send a message and ask him to play my music?
Well, I'll have to do that because he's definitely an interesting person. He also is just like Bob. He knows a lot about music, and not just because he's a host of a radio show. He's done other formats too, and he's
Yeah,
a musician as well. So
cool. Yeah,
it's like
no, yeah, he's awesome. I checked out his music
yeah,
and he's
he's
awesome.
very very good and really loves a lot of stuff anyway for sure.
Hmm.
But like with you, I mean, like so have you got like local airplay like in your area? Have they like the stations like you give them a demo or you give them a tape and here you go, here's a title cut or something or how does
Oh,
that
hell yeah.
work?
I had an interview. Yeah. We have a
Okay,
campus station here, and then we have a national CBC radio station here. And I
okay.
had an interview on CBC.
Oh
And then
wow.
across Canada, there's CBC National Radio, and they played some of my music on that, of the new album.
Okay.
And then, of course, on the Roots Music Report charts. And then in the UK, that album hit number 5 for the month in April. So it's all over the place.
So what
Commercial radio, no.
okay. I was
Like
just gonna ask you. I was just gonna
local radio stations where I live do not play this kind of music.
oh
So
wow.
I don't
Okay.
bother asking because what's the point?
Sure. No, I get you. I get you. But like, so when they play your music, like, is what songs being played the most, or are they just picking and choosing kind of what songs they want to play?
All the songs from the new album have been played, but the
Okay.
most popular one is called Too Damn Cute.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the most popular one. And actually, there's a few on there that are getting quite a bit of play, actually. Trouble,
Yeah.
Too Damn Cute, a song called All Alone
Uh-huh.
with clarinet. That one's got a clarinet, but it's about a woman being all alone and hearing her mom talking to her saying, "It's okay, you can do it, you can do it."
Is that the story of Sunday Wild right here?
Exactly. Yes, it is actually. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome though. I mean, it's, no matter what, I mean, you can, yeah. And here's the thing, your local area won't play it, but you know what, at least it's getting played everywhere else, and people know you, even if you don't
Yeah.
know them.
Oh
That's
no, it's getting played locally, but not on the commercial rock
oh, not on the
stations.
top, not on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
top stuff.
yeah, not on
Okay.
those places. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
No, I get
the hell with
supported
that, right?
locally. Yeah, I get
Oh, that's
supported
good.
locally, just not in, it's
Yeah.
blues music, right?
Yeah, but blues should be should be appreciated, in all formats. Because you look at rock and roll. Rock and roll is a format of blues. It's not just rock and roll. I mean, blues kind of inspired a lot of tempos and stuff like that, and different formats or whatever. If you go back into the old days of it, So, but people
I'm
have the
not gonna complain. I'm not
people.
gonna complain that they don't. I can't do it, man.
Well, no. That's that. Hey, I'll complain for you. I'll tell you top 40, number one hits. I want to play. Dude looks like a lady all the time. On everything.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Start playing
Yeah.
some Sunday Wild, some of her music. It's way better. And I wish I had more viewers. Then I if I had the poll to do it, I would make it happen. I tell you that much. Because I'm all for the independent artists. I have a lot of friends that are musicians and people who I've made friendships with over the years by just doing stuff like this, and even with yourself. I mean, we've never met yet, but hopefully one day that'll happen. And because you seem like
Yeah.
you
Well,
seem
you
like
know
a
what I
sweet
would
person,
like to
so.
say. I would like to say on this show because you're broadcasting this on the
Yep.
internet or
We're,
not? I
we're,
forget.
we're, we're live on Facebook, but
Oh, okay.
I will be streaming the YouTube link later on. So we're just live on
Okay.
Facebook.
But what I do want to say to people, if they are going to watch this far along in the show, is musicians and art. I'm an artist and a musician, but right now in the world, artists are really suffering right now. My friend Harpdog Brown was just on the show prior to this, and he worked so hard for years and years booking shows to get his name out and playing. And right now it is so hard for artists right now. So please go in. If you're not going to buy the music, and not too many people buy the music they listen to on Spotify.
Yeah.
If you are going to do that, go and send the artists some messages, donate money to their tip jar. Lots of artists have a website with a tip button at the top. Share their music, request their music on the radio. Because that's sometimes you can get royalties later on down the road, you know what I mean? So
Sure.
for the people that are watching, go and, request their music, put their music on their playlist, share it with your friends, and sometimes just send them a message. I've gotten messages from strangers sometimes that make me go, oh, maybe I will continue this crazy business.
What have you thought about packing it up before or what?
Well,
I
it's a
mean,
constant daily thing, Sean, because
yeah,
like for one thing, there's no gigs right now for me ahead. And the other thing is to have a band is a whole nother ball game. You have to have practices a couple times a week, and we
Sure.
can't even hang out together anymore right now.
So say if life was normal right now, do you think things would be rocking for you right now? You think you'd be a lot happier, we'll say? Wouldn't be so much of a struggle if you were like doing more stuff right now?
You know what I've been really busy with during the pandemic because I'm an artist. So I'm writing. I was working on some videos. I was commissioned to write a song. I was working on this release with the organizing the release. Ideally, I would like to find some other people to collaborate with on some stuff.
Sure. No, I get
Um,
you.
and I
get you.
live in a very small town. You live in a small town, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
So, I mean, how many places, if COVID wasn't happening, how many places could you even play music there?
Over here in my town, nobody plays live music over here. Where Bob lives right now in McIntosh, that's about an hour and a half away from here. He has a better idea. People appreciate more over here because where I live, we're all a bunch of farmers and teachers and doctors and whatever, and we don't care about mainstream media or anything like that. We just care about playing the same old hits on the radio. We don't care about
No, okay, so
independent.
you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean?
I do.
So even without the pandemic and live shows, there's not a lot of venues that support original music and live music. So for the people that do support live music out there, thank you for that.
Oh, absolutely.
And I really appreciate venues that allow children, like coffee houses and things like that. Like,
Sure.
I mean, I got my start singing a song at a coffee house, and
Sure.
one song, right?
Okay.
So, I mean, if we don't have those types of opportunities, artists like myself are emerging artists, young people, if they don't have those types of opportunities, but now there's TikTok and all that, so I guess it's changed.
Yeah, but TikTok's
whatever.
about the bullshit. It's about
Yeah,
the bullshit.
yeah.
That doesn't make you famous. It's not going to make a lasting memory. It might be for just a little bit, but TikTok's ridiculous. I didn't consider that a real app, But anyway, I just want to say, thanks for being a part of the show, and especially even if this was kind of a last minute deal, I should have maybe give you more of a heads up or whatever. But
That's okay.
I didn't know if how busy you are, so I mean, just figured, well, let's just see what happens.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Sean. I do
Yeah.
want to talk about a little bit about where people can listen to my music.
Absolutely,
if that's
no-
okay.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fine.
I have all my releases up on Bandcamp. So if for anybody that knows what that is, they have a special Friday each month. If you buy albums on Bandcamp, the artist gets 100% of the proceeds because they put that into play for COVID. So that was really supportive.
Oh, that's very nice.
Bandcamp, and then of course, not a lot of places sell CDs anymore. So if anybody does want CDs, I do have CDs. They just have to contact me. Just find me
Sure.
on Facebook.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you have your website. Is it still SundayWilde.com?
Yes, I still have my website up. Yep. And
Okay.
it's SundayWilde.com. There's some music stuff. There's some videos. I have a YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Oh, absolutely. I see that you subscribe to mine too, so I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
appreciate
Well,
that.
I'm sure, I'm trying to put some more stuff up there just because I know some people listen to music on YouTube. So,
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
so
I
that's
mean,
one thing that's a little tricky for artists right now too, right? Because they have to have a YouTube channel, a website, Facebook, videos, music, la la la, CDs, put it in on vinyl. One of my friends just releasing a rap album and it's going to be on cassette, and you know what I mean? So it's like,
Really? cassette.
Oh yeah. So you have to have all these things kind of on the go.
Okay, sure. Hey, I didn't think cassette was even a thing anymore, but okay.
It is, Sean. It is. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So-
That's amazing. Well, I tell you what, I appreciate it. I appreciate you spent some time, and I appreciate Harpdog Brown as well for
Yeah.
just give us a few minutes of his time. You know, he's such a busy
Did
fella.
you get a hold of him? Did you contact him, or did you
Yeah,
contact?
I got a hold of him yesterday and asked if he'd like to be a part of it as a surprise to you. Not a
As a
surprise to me,
surprise.
as a surprise to you. So you're welcome.
Well, good thing I can deal with surprises.
Hey, I could have asked Bob too, but you know, I didn't ask him, so I asked Harpdog.
Oh, Bobby. Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't know how often you guys talk. I don't know, when's the last time.
Oh, you know
you
what?
communicated.
Bobby was the one person that called me on my birthday.
Oh, okay.
I'm alone here. I have been alone for a year and a half with a couple visitors here and there, but not very many.
Jeez.
Christmas for 2 weeks, I was alone. New Year's, I was alone. Thanksgiving and Easter, I was alone. My birthday. Well, he called me on my birthday.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's a good guy. That's a good friend, you know.
Yeah, I was like,
Good friend.
ah.
Aw. All right. Well, thanks again. And like I say, it's great to be able to communicate with you and share your story with the world.
Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome. Have a
Thanks
good
so
one.
much, Sean.
Have a
We'll
good
talk
one
to you another
Sunday.
time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye.